Welcome to another episode of Against the Insanity. We've taken a little bit of a break here. We are finally back. We've got Nick, Ricky, myself, Jason. What's going on, gentlemen? It seems like it's been too long.
It has been.
It's been
Way
quite a
too
while.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I
Shut up.
mean, Nick had some retirement to work on and get his shit together. So
No, I haven't said much. Just life got really shitty, weird, hilarious, and then also a little scary to a degree. I had to deal with workers' comp issue, some lawyers. That situation's done and over with. And health wise, there's some whatever.
well, Nick, I just want to say that I know coming out of the closet's not easy, but I'm glad you're here.
Man, if I truly did swing that way, it would be an honor. But Jason, your projection of living so close to San Francisco has finally turned you gay.
So
Yeah,
close. It's 8 hours, homie.
How would you know how hard it is coming out of the closet, Jason?
I mean, you are pretty close to San Francisco. Do pray tell.
I'm just saying I understand, okay?
Fuck.
Shit. It's a good thing we got damn good humors. Fucking A.
It's about time. I'm glad. It's good to be back.
Yes.
Drinking my fucking coffee. I got fucking zero sleep last night. Worked out at 3 a.m. Shit.
And now you're here dealing with my bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Back to normal.
Fucking, let me test mute my mic before we try this, guys. How does it sound?
Yeah, let me know what I sound like when I'm muted. Fucking
Sounds
moron.
like fucking ghost
Yeah.
silence, asshole.
Well, I want to cut the mic and then bring it back and then see if the mic's gonna actually, receive the audio.
Cut
was
the
like,
music.
Fuck it, we'll go live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Sons of bitches.
Speaking of that fucking pompous asshole, did you guys see that he went off on that fucking JetBlue attendant and fucking
No.
said about her gonna lose her job and stuff because the flight was delayed 3 hours, and Bill O'Reilly was like fucking like all pissed off and like bitching at her and stuff, and it's like, dude.
Oh shit! No, I didn't hear about that.
Fucking, and I'm sorry, it wasn't a flight attendant. Let me be corrected. It was somebody at the terminal, and he's like, "You're gonna lose your job over this," and blah blah blah. It's like, asshole. The fucking flight's running late. Deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
He's always been a cunt, though, to be honest.
I never
Yeah.
liked Bill O'Reilly. He was a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I
He's an
know.
asshole.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. I watched it, and I'm like, man, that's just wrong with like 90% of the people out there. Just taking the opportunity chance to rip somebody an asshole instead of the right motherfucker that they should rip a new asshole.
Well, up until recently, till they had till they lifted the fucking mask mandates, flying is, I mean, I already hate flying to fucking begin with. And then the fact that I gotta fucking wear a muzzle all fucking flight, is such bullshit. And now finally it's lifted, but it's like, dude, flying sucks. Don't make it worse.
Yeah.
And him being, pulling the "you know who I am" card, like, yeah, I know who you are. You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, like who cares who the fuck you are, dude? You're no
Yeah,
different than anyone
dude.
else.
Get
Yeah, I
over it, man. You lost your show on Fox because you apparently were fucking harassing people. So, knock it the fuck off.
It definitely shows in that video. I mean, shit.
Yeah, exactly. It just proves our fucking point,
Nah, he was always a cunt.
Yeah, he really was. Have you guys been following the fucking Johnny Depp trial at all? The
Here and there. Here and there.
I,
I've been seeing some interesting shit come out lately with her. Like, basically, people think she's like on shit like during the trial.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
there's-
like she was sniffing coke or something like
Yeah.
that. She picked up her freaking tissue, and you see her sniff something in it real quick and like grab her one nostril to make sure it fucking went up.
Right.
I'm like,
And then also like there's a bottle that she keeps like trying to hide. Like she was about to like open it and drink it, and then like a cop like approached her there in the courtroom, and then like she put the top on real quick and put it back in her pocket. Like there's some weird shit going on there, dude. She probably is all fucked up during that trial.
Well, this is my fucking takeaway from the whole thing. I think, she's been jealous of Johnny Depp's career from the beginning because
Yep.
her film career is basically like nobody knows her. Yeah.
well, hold on. Let,
go
let me
ahead.
interrupt you. Let me interrupt you. Her career is about as amusing as her fucking performance in the trial with those fucking crocodile tears. I saw
To be-
that and I was like, I understand why I never heard of this bitch before.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I never really, to be honest with you, I never really heard much of her up until this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
She
what does that say
intentionally-
about her career?
Yeah, she intentionally wanted to ruin Johnny's career, which is why this shit happened. And
there's evidence.
And don't get me wrong, I'm to the point where I'm so fucking sick of Hollywood. None of these motherfuckers are ever going to see another dime of my money again. Because, these fucking middle-aged white men that you fucking speak of, the ones that actually pay to go fucking see your movies. I'm done, man. I'm not dealing with that shit. But, like, Johnny Depp, I mean, look at his characters. Let's go through it. Edward Scissorhands. Fucking the original 21 Jump Street that everyone fucking always talks about. Captain Jack Sparrow, one of the most memorable fucking characters of all time. I mean,
that's the favorite character of mine that he's done.
Willy Wonka. I mean, come on now. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean,
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
And it sucks that he had to lose his fucking career over that. It's. I mean,
the way that movement.
The way that this court is, this trial is going.
You mean Me Poo? The Me Poo movement.
Yeah.
The Poo strikes back.
The way that this trial is going, he might be okay. Like he might be able to get back into movies and shit. Well,
but knowing Disney though, like
I doubt that.
I don't think they're gonna fucking let him back in. That's the thing that's so fucked up. It's like,
well,
it is Disney we're talking about.
Well, not only that, but look at the industry as a whole together right now. Even as just a complex situation that as we sit here, judge and talk about Hollywood, like there's us. I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there too that feel the same way. And by the time it's said and done, most of these actors, especially ones in Depp situation, they're not going to really be able to work again, in my honest opinion. Like,
I don't think Amber Heard's going to. They cut her like in the Aquaman. They said she's down to like 10 minutes of screen time or whatever. Aquaman 2. Yeah,
that's funny.
And she's probably going to go from that to being flushed down the toilet. So, I can put up with a lot of shit in a fucking relationship. Okay. But shitting on my fucking bed, that's where I draw the line. Like, that's fucking nasty, dude. You are one nasty ass son of a bitch.
I'm not gonna lie. When he was talking,
I was get more personal than
that. Well, the fact that he never even like. Now I'm gonna say something. This is gonna sound very Neanderthal, and I don't really give a fuck. But when she threw I was sitting there watching him during his trial and his I don't want to say deliberation or testimony, I guess. Mm-hmm. But he's talking about how she threw the bottle in his hand the one time and severed part of his tip of his finger.
Cut the fucking tip of his finger off, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, me being the motherfucker that I am, man, woman, I don't give a fuck. I would have. That adrenaline would have snapped. I would have turned into like.
Bro, can you still make a fist that you're missing a finger?
Yeah, I mean, who gives a fuck? The adrenaline at that point, the pain's gone. Just crack a motherfucker in the face so hard, Will Smith's gonna go, damn, I should have hit him like that. That motherfucker would have went flying. No fuck.
Speaking of hitting like bitches.
Speaking of hitting like bitches, that Chappelle, that guy that jumped on the stage and tackled him and shit. Chris Rock got on the mic and said, "Was that Will Smith?" And they started laughing.
One of the comments that's not going around in the news when it fucking first came out, fucking Dave Chappelle came back out on stage and he goes, "It was a trans ma'am."
Yeah, that was the first joke he made after that happened. I thought that was fucking funny.
I mean, it's kind of scary though, because like when you look at it, what you don't hear in a lot of the stories initially is. The guy had what was a replica gun with like a blade in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he could have fucking gotten stabbed or killed. I mean, the fact that motherfucker...
Well, how the hell did that get through security?
That's what a lot of people are asking. So how did this motherfucker get through security with this? And, and let alone how was the guy able to fucking storm the stage without being fucking mobbed initially before he even got close?
If it's a replica, depending on the material it's made out of, if they're just doing like a metal scan without actually patent motherfuckers.
Yeah, but the blade's got to be metal. You know what I mean? That shit ain't fucking plastic or anything like that.
Unless the blade was like some kind of fiberglass or some bullshit like that.
That's true. But man, that's fucked up. I mean, you can't even you weren't even supposed to have fucking cell phones in the event, and people were still fucking recording it, or we wouldn't have audio of this at all.
Dude. I'm not gonna lie though, I saw the aftermath of that fucking dude. That's the last time he's gonna do something stupid again.
His arm was fucking bent the opposite direction. That's how I knew this dude got fucked up. He fucked around, and
And he found out. Well, dude, not only that, it looks like his knee got dislodged, and then like his face, it looked like his jaw probably got fucking delatched. Like,
well, he already had
fucked
those,
up.
he already had those fucking crazy eyes too. Like just looking at him there, all beat the fuck up. I'm like,
well, it's funny.
This dude ain't fucking right.
Like Dave Chappelle, he looked back and he saw like the security guards tackling that guy and shit, and like got him down on the ground. And like he gets on the mic and he looks backwards and he goes, "That N-word is getting stomped right now," like as it's happening.
Well, he came out too, and he said like after the dude I guess was thrown out, he's like, "I just had to stomp ass backstage."
Yeah, that shit was funny.
As a man, seeing that and witnessing it, I mean, not gonna lie, man to man, I was like, respect. Fucking
this dude should have got the fuck beat out of him, and I don't feel bad for the guy. I mean, you don't do that shit.
No. Especially in today with everyone's like high fucking tensions and shit. There's just shit you don't do and you shouldn't be doing right now. And that was one of them.
Yeah, and calling back to the Will Smith thing, a lot of people are like kind of pinpointing and finger pointing at that, like, they made it okay because they didn't fucking do anything about it.
They set the precedent for this to happen again.
Exactly. And
yeah, you know what kind of was my take? I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. I'll let you.
No, go ahead. No.
My takeaway from it, to be honest with you, is I wonder if this was, and I hate to say this, but was this set up where the guy storms the stage, tackles, Dave Chappelle, and they wanted to see how he would react to see if they could deplatform Dave Chappelle from this incident?
Well, they threatened Dave online. I don't know if you guys know this. There was some group. I just heard it yesterday, I think. It was one of the videos I was watching on YouTube. But apparently there was a group that was saying, Dave Chappelle, you're next. Like, we're coming after you. And then this fucking happens.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. And like I said, they can't stop Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
And people are so pissed at Dave Chappelle because he can't be stopped. And I was just wondering if they wanted to see what his reaction would be to this, to see if they could, silence him or deplatform, whatever you want to call it. But
I see what you're saying.
I thought about that too.
I see what you're saying, Ricky. And to be honest, I would agree with it, to be quite fair, because I mean, if you look at everything he's been talking about and saying for a while, the support and just the different types of groups and the different types of mentalities he's reaching out to and getting involved. They don't like, people being woken up to their bullshit and their lies that they're trying to spread.
Money. He's got fuck you money. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, he's got fuck you money and he's spitting some facts. People don't
and
like
he's
that.
The GOAT. I mean, the dude is the funniest fucking comedian I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, like, Chris Rock back in the day used to be funny. I can't fucking stand him now. No lie. And I just can't think of anyone else who I've ever laughed. I mean, when we used to watch the Chappelle show over at fucking Steve's house all the time, Ricky, and stuff, just all the fucking laugh, like side-splitting laughter. Like, and it's like, you don't even... You know what I mean? Like, I never got offended when he made fun of white people. I'm sorry. No. It's funny.
It's just funny.
He's fucking spot on, dude.
Well, and that's the thing. You and I, and Nick, I'll include all of us here, but we have thick skin. You can make jokes about all three of us. I mean, we do it to each other all the fucking time.
Oh my
we don't
God,
get bad shape. You know what I mean? We don't get pissed off or whatever. And that's what people need to understand. Like, fucking just stop. Like, it's funny.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't make it fucking personal. It's just jokes.
If you're gonna hang in this circle, you gotta have thick skin, or you will be fucking ripped to shreds. I mean, God forbid you say something wrong, because you'll never fucking hear the end of it for the rest of your fucking life.
And when you deal with a fucking dickhead like me, you definitely won't ever hear the end of it.
That's true. How's your network card, by the way, Nick?
Yeah, pretty good. You know what's great about that? The update I had for that fucked that up, but for about a year and a half, I thought the fucking network card was dead.
I knew it wasn't from the very fucking beginning.
Well, the update I had around that point, I thought it was dead because of the storms and the issues I was having with the computer, but damn, am I a dumbass.
Keep in mind, Nick says update, and when he means update, he went in and fucking updated system settings himself.
And
then fucking saving the configuration and like, no, my network card doesn't work.
No, see,
I've never seen a Windows update that updated your BIOS settings to disable your network card. That's bullshit.
No, that ain't bullshit, dumb motherfucker.
That's no, yeah, you are.
Hold on. I'll put my goddamn dick on the line right now. I put my life on the line right now, guy.
You're gonna put your dick on the line. What do you have to lose, guy? You don't get nothing.
Well, guy, it's called quality. I don't fucking dip in hose. I don't stick my dick in crazy. I don't stick my dick in whores, and I'm choosing to remain non-sexual until my wedding night, guy.
This guy.
It's called quality. That's not a joke.
So speaking of people with fuck you money, I wanted to get everybody's take on the whole Elon Musk fucking buying Twitter and the meltdown that has ensued since he announced that. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on that shit?
What I find very funny is, a lot of how do I want to word this? A lot of people on the left bought his vehicles, Tesla vehicles, and all that money that he made went right back into buying Twitter so that they can, make Twitter a freedom platform. And people are so pissed off at him because he's buying Twitter and he's going to make changes. Well, he should, for everybody. I mean, this isn't a platform just for one side or the other, whatever side of the aisle you lean on. It's a platform for everyone. And that's how it should be. That's how it always should have been. But I find it funny that, all this money that he made to buy Twitter came from a certain type of people, is all I'm saying.
Right. I agree. I'll let you go first as I finish my thought here.
No, that's all I had.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so what I was going to say is I think it's funny how, all the MSM is coming out and like having a fucking meltdown about it, because I think what they realize is they know that Twitter has been manipulating these results and silencing certain types of stories, aka the Hunter Biden laptop and all the shit that was on it, because there were photos going around the internet from the Hunter Biden laptop. That's where that crack pipe picture of him fucking sleeping on the couch,
him with the Obama girls,
the credit card and the cocaine and shit like that. Whether you choose to believe that shit or not, Twitter was fucking actively removing that. I gotta be honest, I've been getting tweets lately these last couple of days since he announced that he's purchasing Twitter from people that I thought I didn't even follow anymore. Not that I didn't unfollow them. I just never got any of their updates, because I have a certain amount of people on Twitter who I want to see every update that they do, like Cat Turd, that from fucking that huge Twitter troll that's on our side, that kind of like needles like all the fucking liberals and stuff on Twitter. I mean, like, I can't get enough of his shit. And that dude that sports commentator that did MMA, that narrates all those like Antifa videos of Antifa getting beat up, like play by play, like it was a fight or something. I didn't get any of his shit either. Like, his stuff was being like silenced. It was pretty bad, dude. Like, it was real bad. And now, I'm starting to see a lot of that stuff show up in my timeline and my feed again.
That's interesting. Yeah, ever since this started happening, you're seeing shit like that again.
A lot of the shadow bans are getting lifted.
Yeah, no, that's good. You should be able to see that shit.
Correct. I think it's funny that all them motherfuckers bitch about, we all need to have somebody to like help us and make the open platform and give truth and give that and give purpose, and then somebody comes and does it, whether they don't exactly fully agree with everything or not, but they're still doing it. But I can't give credit, can't give respect. You fucking layabouts, you fucking swine.
Well, and here's another thing too that I just wanted to bring up real quick. Okay, so you can throw the president of the United States off Twitter, okay, and completely fucking ban him for life. But you've got fucking Al Qaeda on there, however you fucking pronounce this shit. You've got fucking, known fucking terrorist organizations, BLM, fucking on there that fucking tweets all the time, and they openly advocate for violence. Not to mention, Twitter has a fucking child pornography problem. And you can't fucking stop it.
Hold on one second.
Fucking telling me that you just can't fix it? Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
Well, you said something great with the CP, the child pornography. The other root of that too is, I'm going to say it, the fucking Satanists. They're all together, and they're all, especially that fucking child pornography bullshit.
Yeah, and that shit's allowed. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I know.
Like,
And you have the
You
fucking
can't stop it.
yeah.
and then they talk about, oh, you know, spreading disinformation, but you're going to let pregnant men, quote unquote, pregnant men on Twitter? Excuse me?
Uh-huh.
Hey, pregnant men can get abortions now too, Ricky.
Yeah.
And you're gonna
Yeah, I
and you're
guess.
gonna and they're gonna allow some of the ritualistic bullshit on there, especially with some of the sacrifice shit. But you can't have somebody who, gives a little bit of facts, gives a little bit of knowledge. Nah, I
Yeah.
can't
I
have
was
that.
fucking on Twitter watching that video of fucking Megan Fox saying about her and Machine Gun Kelly drink each other's fucking blood.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I also noticed her Adam's apple, so
Mm-hmm.
there's that.
Those are usually the girls Nick goes for.
Might be getting a little side
Go
piece.
fuck
You know
yourself,
what I'm
Ricky.
saying?
I'll keep certain jokes
And
off
dude,
air.
Musk has been fucking commenting on that fucking picture of he put Bill Gates beside the fucking pregnant man and said, if you want to lose a boner quickly, like, dude, he's been fucking needling people.
Wait, what is this?
So
Yeah, Bill
Elon
Gates.
Musk, yes, he sent a tweet out of, that pregnant man emoji. It was a picture of Bill Gates and a picture of the pregnant man emoji.
Mm.
And it said, if you need to lose a boner fast.
Oh,
Yeah, he shows
Dude
Bill
has been
Gates with his
dropping
stomach.
some fucking bombs on Twitter lately.
I know.
Man. Like,
As an
he
original
is not
memer,
letting up.
as an
He's good.
original memer and troller of the internet from like back in the days, 10 years ago or so, I'm very happy seeing some of this shit nowadays. The way
He's
people
literally taken
roast it.
over for Trump. I mean, he literally has taken over for Trump on Twitter now, and now everyone's just like screaming and melting down over it. It's like,
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
hey,
Yo.
and what's even better is the fact, like you said, Ricky, they fucking made him rich.
Uh-huh. Well, that and they're envious of him too. That's one thing I've noticed as
Bill
well.
Gates is always jealous because, I mean, look at Bill Gates. He stole fucking DOS. He stole fucking Windows.
Look at and well, speaking of stealing, I'm going to mention this real quick. Look at how him and his fucking organizations have been stealing land from farmers in America and in Africa and South Central America the last few years, and how they've been turning it into more fucking indentured servitude farms now, and how they're spreading that with their fucking plague mentality. He's a fucking
Yeah.
cancer. He is a cancer and a
Well, in that
plague
video
on
I sent
society.
you guys this morning about him talking about the whole vaccines on fucking Twitter, I'm not going to get into that too much, but like him saying, oh, well, we didn't realize that it was, it was so mild and it just really affected like the elderly and stuff. I'm like, dude, motherfuckers have been saying that forever. You're not a fucking doctor. Shut the fuck up. If you want to complain about Joe Rogan talking, why the fuck do we take medical advice from Bill Gates? You
Yeah,
shouldn't.
he's not a fucking doctor.
Fuck
Oh,
you,
because
dude.
He's been talking about the
because he
human
talks-
genome since
Yeah.
2002. Hold on. I'm going to steal the states for a second. He's been talking about the human genome since 2002 and the molecular structure of people's genetic behavior and replicating the patterns and structuring them out of people's genome as they reproduce later on and as they shackle them and as they only limit one or two births. I've been watching these videos. And I've been seeing this shit back in the day and up till now, and it's all I really see the way he talks about depopulation and allowing certain places for population flourishing. He's a fucking cancer in a plate. That's what he fucking is.
Yeah, I mean, he speaks the liberal agenda, and that's why he has a platform and why he's allowed to say what he's saying. Is he a doctor? No. But if that was anyone else that had, the opposite viewpoint, oh, you're not a doctor. You have no medical experience. You're not this. You're not that. You can't be talking about that. You would be deplatformed. But because it's him talking the liberal agenda, oh, he's allowed. It's okay.
Like with Musk, he came out and said about like he said publicly to Bill Gates, he's like, how comes you're betting on Tesla to fail, like shorting Tesla's stock, basically betting on the company to do bad? And Bill Gates, like, he had some kind of he really didn't give him an answer, but it's like, motherfucker, like, it's like, and that they are jealous of fucking Elon Musk because
Absolutely.
he didn't invent anything.
Right.
Well, not only that, but let me be a dickhead for a second and spotlight Microsoft with some of the issues.
Wait. Let you be a dickhead for a minute? Do you ever stop?
Yeah. Seriously.
Thank you. That makes me happy.
I had to throw that out there, Nick.
Thank you. That made me happy. No, but anyways, looking at Microsoft and the bullshit that they had going on in the 90s, especially when he was in control. Remember some of the antitrust laws that were going on in 96 and 97, let alone the fucking movie that happened about it. And then, kind of what's going on again with Microsoft through the subdivision with Xbox and the way they're monopolizing
The gaming.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's a pattern there with Microsoft and Bill Gates.
Well, the government, for whatever reason, is definitely against Elon Musk, and I think he is a threat. Because, I mean, there's been times where Biden has come out and stated, like, Ford is taking the lead on the electric car industry.
Bullshit. How many people do you see driving Ford electric cars?
Exactly. They have, like, what,
0.
2 or 3 fucking electric vehicles? Tesla have been making electric vehicles well before fucking Ford. And for whatever reason, Biden keeps giving Ford the credit for it. And, like, sorry, but they're not. I mean,
Musk has commented on that publicly.
Tesla is the fucking leader in electric cars right now.
Hold on. How many subsidies does the government own with Ford or anything like that? Because then that's basically is where that's coming from.
Well, Ford's one of the companies that took the bailout.
Well, then there you go.
I heard that they weren't. They were the only brand that did not. American made.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Ford,
you're right. Because it was Dodge, it was Chrysler, and it was fucking
Dodge,
Chevy.
Yeah.
Chevy. That's right. I'm sorry.
Ford did not take the bailout.
But they sure as fuck are not leading the charge.
No, they're not.
You can go fuck yourself. As much as I would never buy a Tesla, because it's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just, I know fucking good cars when I see them, and Tesla fucking has the market. There's no way.
Right.
I don't see people driving them electric fucking Priuses. Well, maybe a few out here in California.
Yeah, I would definitely not buy an electric vehicle anytime soon, for sure. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? But good for Tesla, good for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Fucking right, man. And
right.
And I love the fact that they're the ones that made him rich. And you know what? I have no problem with that. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I am too.
I find it hilarious, to be honest. They're all fucking grubby.
Well, I mean, if you're so upset with them, sell your fucking Tesla. Are they going to do that? No, they're not going to. No, fucking AOC owns a Tesla. She's not going to fucking sell her Tesla. What kind of car are they going to get? California, okay. Prime example. So we're supposed to go all electric cars and stuff like that, and they want to push us towards this shit. And this fucking article comes across my timeline. People I'm following on Twitter posted it, basically stating California says it needs more power to keep the lights on.
Absolutely. Like, California would not be able to sustain itself if every fucking vehicle went electric.
Fucking car, dude. It's fucking bullshit.
Nope.
It is fucking bullshit. It's a fucking scam, and I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah. The infrastructure doesn't warrant everyone being able to fucking have an electric car right now. It just doesn't. Like, and that's not an opinion. That is a fact. That if every single car out there right now was electric and everyone was charging at home, we would have a serious fucking problem with the power grid.
What a right-wing Nazi opinion to have, Ricky.
You mean a Ukraine opinion?
Crazy KKK, fucking Hitler-ass fucking opinion. Okay? You get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm so proud. Thick skin.
So I figured, the kind of last topic, which is kind of like the other hot button issue that, happened this week, was the Supreme Court leaked that they are going to overturn the Roe versus Wade. And I wanted to kind of weigh in on that and kind of get your thoughts on that.
Shut up, Nick.
I realized I died and went to heaven. Or hell, however you want to look at it.
Well, hold on a second. I'm going to be a dickhead here for just a few moments. I know.
Nick, you don't even need to tell us. We get it, dude.
I know.
You're an asshole.
I can't help it. Whores can't be whores no more. Flat out. Well, they're going to have to take full-blown responsibility if this fully swings. Mostly I look at this as just, it got leaked by Democrats, so now Democrats and liberals are going to try to take the shade. Oh, we're going to defend you. We're going to help you. We're going to do everything we can to not make sure this happens. Yeah, because we're a bunch of fucking sellout motherfuckers. Because that's how dirty they are.
Fucking murderers. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Exactly.
I mean, from what I understand, when this passes, they're going to make it each individual state.
Yes.
They would have to vote.
Exactly.
Each state if
they get their own say.
Yeah.
Each state should have their own say again, for one. Two, people need to take responsibility. It'll cut back on a lot of things. My thing, life is art. A lot of these motherfuckers like to say how the artsy fartsy they are. Now they're forced to actually understand and take time to realize life truly is art. So maybe killing a baby truly is fucking murder. And maybe they shouldn't be murderers. Maybe they should keep their legs closed or their dick in their pants, or at least know how to pull the fuck out. And or if they can't,
Nick, the pullout game doesn't work. Okay, I mean we've pretty much established that over the years. The pullout game does not work.
Well, with certain individuals, I mean, they just need to work on their fucking skills. Their stroke game. There's plenty of golf and pool games out there. All I'm saying is, now it should force people to fucking take responsibility, wake up, and maybe take some time to develop real intimacy, like, you know, the spirit and the soul between the relationship, and not just be fucking whores and animals. Look at animals. Do you see animals fucking every time going out and about? No, they do their thing, and then but during their incubation period, you don't see them being fucking vile pieces of shit. No, they're just doing their thing.
Well, here's the thing I gotta say. You don't have to get pregnant, okay, with the morning after pill and all that kind of stuff. If you make a fucking mistake, which is fine, it happens. You know what I mean? But there's no reason that you need to get pregnant, carry a baby to fucking terms, and then have a fucking abortion, because there are so many options available to you now that doesn't have to fucking happen.
That's just fucking evil.
And honestly, you've got places like California that have on the fucking ballot to aborting a baby 30 days after it's born. I mean, you want to talk about something that's fucked up? Like, you know, I see, you know, when they say, like, you know, maybe what's the normal time frame for that? Like 14 weeks or something like that. I've really, you know, I don't follow it too much, but like 30 days after a baby's been born, like, that's kind of fucked up. Like, that's no longer an abortion. You are definitely terminating a life. And if you're okay, and you know what, if you're okay with it, and I still call it what it is. You're still fucking terminating a life, whether you decide to say the whole clump of cells argument or whatever. Like, you're definitely terminating a life. And if you're okay with that and you can live with yourself, I think that, you know, hey, more power to you.
Well, what I don't understand either, they'll try to use the argument, oh, well, you know, it's okay to do it at the point where, you know, the fetus or the baby, you know, I'm just going to call what it is, baby, can't, you know, sustain itself. Well, wait a minute. If you're 9 months pregnant and you go into labor and you have that baby ain't self-sustainable when it's born either. You have to take care of it. You have to feed it. You have to do all that shit and take care of it until it can grow and do that shit on its own. So that's a stupid fucking excuse.
You mean they can't just drive to McDonald's and pick up a fucking number 2?
All right. You're 1 day old. You can't just get in the car and drive to McDonald's and buy yourself a Big Mac? Like,
well, there you go. Fend for yourself.
People are stupid.
Right. And these are
such a stupid opinion.
And these are some of the same. And these are some. Well, what pisses me off on such a fucking galactic scale that I want to snap my finger. Every decent person on the face of this earth goes into a safe place, and then I just fucking ignite this world into an inferno and turn them cocksuckers to ash. Every time they fucking run their mouth about the goddamn earth or animals or any of that fucking shit, but then they exclude humans and they exclude the babies from that. No, you can't do that. I don't think so, because it doesn't work like that.
That's you know, you got a good fucking point. Actually.
That it fucking ignites.
Wait. Hold up. Everybody stop the fucking recording. Nick has a good point.
Oh my God. Finally, we've been doing this show for
maybe that
years.
Fucking break brought back some fucking sense.
Yeah, maybe.
I just needed some time to digest, I guess. Shit.
You must have taken your medication properly this morning.
Hold on, let me make sure I missed this right.
No, it's ruined now. Now it's
ruined. But no, that's a good point. You want to we gotta be more green. You know, save the planet, save the trees, save the whatever the fuck. But if it's a baby in your stomach, fuck that. Rip that shit out. Kill it.
Yeah, that baby has a better goddamn chance to actually do something for this world. Whether you want to call it whether it's servitude or the righteous road or just being a fucking decent human being.
Right.
It has the potential to do something good and wonderful, and you want to rip it out. And then you want to fucking promote some fucking goddamn fucking whatever that's an animate object, and fuck it. No, fuck
Right.
you clueless, mindless, swine-filled fucking viper.
Well, here's the thing that people really need to understand too. So after watching that interview with Crowder that he did with that lady who ran a Planned Parenthood, and how the fact that they were always coming to her and saying that she didn't meet her quota for the week or she needed to basically do more abortions, it's a business. They're running it like a business because, let's not forget the leaks of the recording of that member of Planned Parenthood that was talking about how they sell the baby parts. And where does it go? It goes into like cosmetics and fucking testing for these fucking vaccines and stuff like that. And, a lot of people don't talk about that, but that's what happened. There's a fucking lawsuit against the people who recorded that lady from Planned Parenthood here in California because they recorded her illegally talking about, how much money they get for selling the hearts and the fucking, other parts. So I'll call back to that fucking interview that was on Ellen. It was fucking Sandra Bullock asking her about whatever new makeup she's using and why she looks so young and vibrant. And she's like, oh yeah, it's this new makeup. And Ellen's like, well, what's in it? And she's like, it was freaking parts from, when you get circumcised from, she said, Chinese or Korean kids or boys, like in the fucking makeup she's wearing. So
Yeah, I know.
Right.
you really need to consider it. I mean, they're fucking making money off this. Do your due diligence, okay? Like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your body, whatever. That's fine. It's not up to me. I wouldn't want to live with that decision either if I had to make it personally. However, you really need to look at what these companies are doing with it, because I think that's the part that would hurt the most. If you found out that you were already in a vulnerable situation, you had an abortion, to find out that that what happened with the baby. You know what I mean? Like that's the part that, and you'll never get over it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't.
I agree with you, but here's the problem too. Some of these people that do this shit, like the abortion aspect of it, they don't fucking care. They have no regard.
There's some real fucking crazy ones. The lady that was like championing that she had fucking 20 abortions.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if like, those people are like really crazy, but I really feel like they pressure the people who are on the fence even. Like, oh, well, I really want to keep the baby, but I don't have the money. And they go into these clinics and stuff like that. And they're like, no, this is the right way. You know what I mean? Like some of them are actually taken advantage of. I truly do believe that. They're pressured into getting the abortion as opposed to going to a clinic that's actually going to. Remember, Crowder said initially, like his wife used to work for one of those clinics that would help people decide to keep the baby, and they would work with them on, what to do and financially how to support themselves. I don't know if it was very early on, I think.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was around, I think around the original Jared, when he was still on the show. Or right around the time he left.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And, so, I mean, it is out there, but yeah, I believe that some of these people are taking advantage of that. They don't necessarily want to get one, but they think that that's the only way. And that's the part that really fucks.
Well, remember that doctor that I forget I think it was like some type of court, but he was an abortion doctor, and he did it for years. He's done like, I don't want to misspeak of the numbers, but a shitload of abortions. And he did it every day. Like, that's just what he does. Like he doesn't think twice about it. Right. And then his daughter.
Yeah, she was
died.
Killed.
Yeah, she died like in a car crash or some shit like that. And then after that point, when he would do abortions, like he would always think back to, how it really fucked him up because he lost his daughter and he's there doing abortions. And it's like, dude, I see what I'm doing. Like I'm killing.
He's like, I give anything for another day with my daughter. And I'm just in here, these people are coming up to me and just like, yep, do the deed,
Yeah. And he doesn't do it anymore. Like he stopped because he's like, dude, I can't fucking do this anymore. And he did tons of abortions.
I was just going to say, after hearing his explanation of the abortions, like on the stand, when he like talked about exactly how it happened and looking at the crowd and seeing their faces, because you could tell there was some like, pro-choicers in the audience, and them hearing what he was talking about and how brutal it was, like just tearing off an arm. Now you have an arm, and you grab it by the head, and it's like I don't want to go into it too much detail because it's still to this point like it fucks with my head. But like seeing the looks on their faces, like it definitely. I'd be willing to bet he changed some minds that day.
Oh yeah, he put it into perspective, like what you're actually doing. Like you're ripping the limbs out of the mother's body, piece by piece, arms, legs, head. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you don't understand like that you're actually killing something, and that's why I can't wrap my head around. People don't think that they're terminating a life. Like
It's a
you
clump
are.
of cells.
Yeah,
I know. It's because looking at Planned Parenthood and looking at Margaret Stranger, that motherfucker.
Sanger. Yeah.
Thank you. I know I ain't good on pronouncing names, so thank you.
No worries. I got you.
And looking at her, the organizations, the stem routes of, pun intended there, of all that bullshit, where the money came from, where it went, the organizations of how they went into the cities, the structuralizations of the cities, not only that, the welfare and how you have debit cards set up next to fucking food stamp locations, next to the goddamn liquor stores, next to the loan shark places, all that. I grew up in a city and did grow up in the inner city of a ghetto and shit. So I saw a good chunk of that along with the Planned Parenthood section set up. That shit is, you want to talk about structural racism? That shit is structural up to keep them motherfuckers from reaching the potential of being a human being, and they're kept and turned into fucking animals. And it's about just fucking killing people. It ain't about they ain't about helping anybody.
Go back and look up her comments, like what she made about, you know what I mean, the black populace and stuff. I mean, open your eyes.
The Hispanics, the blacks, Asian, it's about fucking killing people. And half these clueless fucking idiots that want to be pro anything that ain't white or pro anything that ain't European, they're fucking shrillest pawns in a game that they don't understand.
Well, they're taught not to ask questions, though. You got to think about it. They're preying on their minds, like in school and stuff like that. It's not like when we were in school or fucking every other thing my teacher said I fucking questioned. You know what I mean? They don't do that anymore. Kids these days just mostly accept what they're being given. And to be honest, like,
divide and conquer.
You need to be taught as a kid to fucking think for yourself, think critically, and don't just fucking let somebody tell you something and not fucking and just believe it wholeheartedly. Fucking research it for yourself.
I know.
Formulate your own opinions.
I know, and like just seeing that shit in the city and seeing how the fucking black population's crippled and crumpled down, and then you have the Planned Parenthood trying to pretend to be their fucking friend and their fucking guardian. They ain't. They're fucking killing them and sickling them.
Well, they're saying Crowder was saying in New York, more black babies are aborted than born.
Yeah, I know.
And those are statistics.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah, Crowder always drops the facts and stuff like that. And it's like, that's fucking should be real eye-opening to people. But, I think, with the media and all the other shit, like, you don't see that all the time. You need people like Crowder to put that stuff out there because nobody knows to go look for that information. You have to kind of be reminded. And, the media, CNN and MSNBC and all those other ones, they're not going to remind you. You got to find that information for yourself, and you really need to get educated, because I'll tell you, my opinion's changed over the years because of all this. It's like listening to that doctor and all that shit, and it's like,
well, man. If I remember, like, didn't his daughter die in a car accident and she was kind of fucking mangled and like talking about?
She died. I mean, and
I thought she died in a car accident.
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
she died.
Yeah, but like
she died.
I thought. Well, no, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to like process and remember here for a second. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I thought during the trial, like, he kind of mentioned like how she died, and then him like the next shortly later doing the dissection, and like made him think of
the pile of parts and stuff like that. Yeah,
and the aftermath of his daughter from the accident, and like light bulb, and like that. The mind fuck that would be.
And he became a reborn again Christian and stuff too. Like, I mean, he completely changed his life.
Yes.
Some powerful stuff, man. I'll tell you. After watching that fucking interview with him on the stand, man, it was like, it'll never be the same for me. I guarantee you that.
No, and I'll say this to wrap up my final thought. I mean, like I said, and I've been harping this since 2019. Ever since 2019, especially that Twitter shit that I sent you, Jason, way back when with the advertisement and the pro-satanic shit that they were doing way back then, with the whole fucking Satan dating and banging shit that they were trying to promote way back then, to where we're at now. It's always been the dismantling and the destructuralization of, doesn't matter what kind of God you want to presume, just certain deities or deity, however you want to look at it. It is the destructuralization of that for the pro fucking satanic agenda. That's what it's been. It's been for since at least the fucking 60s, especially since the fucking drug movement and the whole free love movement. Ever since then, that's what it's been building to.
Well, there ain't nothing holy about it, that's for sure.
You're fucking right. I'm done.
Let's get show back, gentlemen. I mean, this is fucking, this is what I wanted for a long time. I'm glad we
That's what she said.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut up, Nick.
I'm glad we were able to fucking get our shit back together, and Nick finally got his shit figured out, and just life gets in the way of all of us, and we all get busy, and I'm debating career fucking changes again here coming up. So I mean, who knows? But this is something that we want to consistently keep doing, and bring you more shows and our opinions and shit like that, and eventually expand out and do more. It's good to be back.
Yep.
I'm here to piss off pretty much anybody, especially you two on Sundays, which is nice.
Well, Nick, you piss me off on a daily basis, but hey,
yeah, not just Sundays.
That's why we love you. Yeah, don't just got to be on Sundays for that.
Oh, shucks.
But yeah, coming up too, we actually like to do some maybe like late night shows, and eventually get to a point where maybe we do some late night live streams and hang out with everybody if we start picking up the pace here.
Speaking of, I'm a fucking clueless dickhead. I forgot.
Yeah, we know.
Word. Thank you. Since I decided to join the TikTok fad, I did make a Nick Sanity account. Look me up. Basically, I'm just going to use it as a promo springboard for the show. I've made a few videos, just random giggles and stupid bullshit. So you can look at it, make fun of my alls. My alls. I was waiting for Ricky to say something
fucking
there.
William Wallace.
His fucking medication's wearing off. We need to wrap this up.
That's cute. But there's a few good videos. There's a good Hitman joke on there, so go check it out. And if more people check it out, then we'll start doing some live feed shit there too.
And also, we have a YouTube account and Against the Insanity, as well as a Rumble account. So that's where the show is going to be posted on a weekly basis. Eventually when we have more users and stuff like that, we'd like to do our own website and kind of host all of our own content, so we can't get canceled and thrown off any platforms. Although Rumble, I think we'd be pretty safe. YouTube, who knows? That could come and go real quick, depending on our topics, especially some of the shit we talked about today. They're not going to like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay on Elon Musk's Twitter, so that's cool.
Yeah. I'll be all right on Twitter.
If Elon gives us some fuck you money, I mean, I own a certain URL. If somebody wants to buy that, I mean, I'll definitely keep running my mouth. I ain't saying what it is.
I got to end the show on that one.
Yeah, go wrap this up.
Yeah.
We're losing.
Until next time, we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, Sunday. Take it easy, gentlemen.
Have fun. Don't have too much fun.
Adios.
Fuck you, Nick.
Mo